What's up guys, I'm Nico of CamCrunch, and today's video is sort of going to be a continuation from yesterday's video. So in yesterday's video I talked about trying all sorts of genres of photography, especially when you're first starting off, so that you can figure out what you want to be shooting, what you really enjoy. Now this video is all about limitation. So it's about how you can use limitation to help you improve as a photographer, to help you see more creatively. See, a lot of people think that you can be the most creative when you're not given any parameters, when you have no limits. And it is true that the possibilities are endless when you don't have any, when you're not given any limits. You know, if you're given a problem, no limits, you can think about all the different solutions in the world. You can basically do anything. But the problem with this is that when you're not given any limitations, you can potentially become lazy with your thinking. You can work less with your thinking, and you're not really practicing your muscle of creativity to its full potential, at least. Now, when you're given a problem and you're given certain parameters to work with, you really have to work a lot harder in finding creative solutions to those problems. And that's the same with photography. You know, when you can take pictures of anything that you want, you might not see really awesome opportunities that you would have seen if you were limited. That's why, you know, one of the things that art school helps with, you know, I picked up a lot of the techniques really quickly, but one of the things that it helps with is when you're given assignments and you're given limitations as to what you can and can't do, subjects that you can and can't shoot, and ways that you can and can't shoot these things. You know, because you're limited, you're forced to sort of see differently. And this isn't something that just happens when you're given assignments. This is something I did a lot in college, actually. I would limit myself to what I could do. So one example of something that I would do is I always took the same path to class, you know, all the time. And one thing that I gave myself was going to class one day, I could only walk on the other side of the road, or on this road that I would go to, and then I could take pictures, you know. But because I saw everything differently, because I saw everything the same every day, it got really hard for me to find some unique things to shoot. So then I had to start looking at different options. You know, I had to cross the road a little bit. I had to start looking up a lot more because, you know, I'd usually just look straight. I started looking down a lot more. I started looking all sorts of directions because, you know, I was limited to this one route, and I wanted to take as unique pictures as I could. And these limitations that you can set on yourself can be as wide or as narrow as you want. For example, you can challenge yourself to just shoot people, right? Just people for one day. That's pretty broad. You know, you can do all sorts of people, but that in itself will already make you see things a lot differently instantly. Now, when you've done that, you can narrow that even more. You could just do people's faces. That's going to make it more specific, make it a lot harder to do. You know, will you do like a standard portrait? Will you put their face, which is very, let's say it's got like a lot of detail, maybe like freckles. Will you put that against a certain colored background? Maybe you'll just take a certain part of the face, right? Or what if it's people with no faces? You're limited even more, you know. You have to think differently of how you can do shots creatively. And these limitations will again make you a lot better as a photographer. It will make you see differently, and it will give you an easier time when you have no more limitations set upon you, because you can think about all sorts of different things very quickly. See, because at the end of the day, photography isn't really about, you know, your camera and your exposure and all that stuff. It's about seeing, whether that's seeing the light, seeing composition, or seeing your subject. The better you can see, the better your photos will turn out. So that's the tip of the day. And yeah, go again, follow the Instagram CamCrunch360 so that you can see your photos, which you should hashtag with CamCrunch365, not 360, 365. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope this video helped. Peace.